Hi everyone, welcome to Grow Roots. This is Shannon, and today is day one of winter sowing. We are just in, well, today is January 2nd, and today is the day that I plan to do my first round of winter sowing. And I know a few of you requested that I make a video on actually doing the process of winter sowing. I do have another video. It is called The Ultimate Guide to Winter Sowing. I'll pop that link on the upper right corner for you if you want some detailed explanations about what winter sowing is or how to do it, what seeds to do, like how to determine, when to start, all of the really fine details of winter sowing. Definitely check out that video. I'll also be going over all of the seeds that I'll be starting for winter sowing, but a few of you requested that I actually film the process of winter sowing, and today is the day. So if you'd like to see that, then join me now. So I have all of my supplies ready to go. I plan to winter sow at least 18 jugs. I think actually 19 or 20 when I got down to the seeds that I'm starting today. I have all of my seeds ready. Another thing that I have is a list of all of the seeds that I'm sowing today. Well, these are the perennials and cool season annuals. There's just a couple of them that I'm not going to start today just yet, but I have this list, and then I was just going over the seeds that require cold stratification. And the reason that I did that today was because you should be good to go when you start winter sowing after December 21st, which was our winter solstice day this year. Any day after that should be okay, no matter what zone you are in, to start winter sowing. However, the caveat to that is you should wait until your nighttime temperatures are consistently below 50. So when you see that 10-day forecast and all of your nighttime temperatures are below 50 and it's past winter solstice, then you know you're good to go. However, our 10-day forecast was just recently changed. When I looked at our 10-day forecast from here on out, 10 days ago, it's like all of the temperatures from here on out were supposed to be like the nighttime temperatures colder than 50. So I thought, hey, we're good to go from January 2nd on. However, they've changed it, and now we are going to have a warm up like mid to late next week. And 3 of those nighttime temperatures are 50 degrees, 52 degrees, and 53 degrees. And the daytime temperatures are in the 70s. Now, the winter sowing method states that it doesn't really matter what your daytime temperatures are, as long as you're after winter solstice. What matters is the nighttime temperatures need to be below 50 so that those seeds don't germinate quite yet. However, 3 of those nights at 50 degrees and close to 50 degrees, I think that will be okay. But just to be on the safe side, I am starting with the ones that require cold stratification in order to germinate. These are absolutely perfect for winter sowing. And so if I stay with the seeds that require cold stratification, they will not germinate in next week's cool or warmer nighttime temperatures, strictly because they need cold in order to germinate. So we're going to be super safe in planting these. But there's a couple of them that like blanket flower that is kind of iffy on the cold stratification that we're going to try, and all of that kind of stuff. So, but anyway, just letting you know like my process for doing things. And I've got my milk jugs all laid out. They have already been sliced in half. So like right under this handle, I have taken a razor blade. And it's not a super clean job, but there's about 4 inches on the bottom for the soil. There are holes that have been melted in. You could drill them however you want to do that. I do it with a hot glue gun. I just melt those holes in. I have 12 holes in the bottom. If I see that these are holding too much water, I will drill holes in the sides, like right there at the bottom. But for now, I think they'll be good with these 12 holes. And then all of the lids have to be off. Do not put lids on these winter sowing jugs. They need to be like greenhouses, but they have to be able to let air in and out easily. And so those are ready to go. I have my potting soil ready to go. If you're curious, I am using Happy Frog by Fox Farm, and I have put it into my wagon and then just split it. What this does is it makes it so my wagon stays fairly clean because the paper is in there, but I just split it and it's so much easier to get to that way. And we'll just fill our jugs, plant our seeds, close them up. Oh, the other supply that you need is duct tape. Actually, my husband's at the store getting duct tape for me right now because I did forget that. But we have a pickup order. I ordered it early this morning and he's picking that up right now. But duct tape to close it off. And then you also need labels like these to put inside your soil to tell yourself what seed is in that jug. And then you're also going to need Sharpies or garden markers. So this one is a specific garden marker. It happened to come with my plant tags, my plant labels, and then these are Sharpies. For us here in North Texas, our jugs don't get buried in snow, not really anyway, and so the Sharpie works just fine for me. But for those of you that live in areas where like there'll be lots of rain or lots of snow, it'll all wash off with a Sharpie. So you want an actual garden marker that will not wash off. And I'll film one of my jugs. We'll have some ladies coming over from my landscape committee. Actually, they should be here really soon. We're doing this as a project together. We have an HOA landscape committee and I am the chair. This year I'm actually co-chair with another lovely lady, but we are doing this winter sowing project so that at our Easter event, we have an HOA Easter event coming up. We hope to have 100 plants to give away to our residents. First come, first serve. And these are going to be Texas Tough perennials and hopefully some summer annuals. I will be winter sowing some summer annuals a little bit later in late February, but we're hoping that those might be ready for late March when our Easter event is. But even if not, I'm hoping to have a really good amount of perennials to give away for that event. And so that's why my landscaping committee is coming over to help in all of this. So I'm going to get started and show you that first jug, just the process of doing it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that I'm going to do is fill this with our soil. So I have my bag over here. Just trying to take y'all with me, honestly. Okay. This soil bag was filled a lot fuller at the beginning of this video, but the landscape committee came right when I was done filming this previous segment, and so we just went ahead and took care of 20 different jugs. But I do have a couple more to do on my own. That's what I thought, well, I'll film that for you. So I'm just gonna fill this all the way as much as I can with soil up to this lip, kind of pack it down, but don't pack it like super tight. Just pack it down enough to where the water that will come in like won't make the soil, you know, go down too much. You need as much soil as possible for those roots to make your healthy plants. So here we go. So here you go. This soil, by the way, is already pretty moist. And so now we are going to go ahead and plant the seeds. And my seed table is right over here, y'all. Okay, so the seeds that I am going to plant in this container were collected by myself this season. It was Echinacea Powwow. It was a variety that my neighbor had given me. It's a really beautiful, like pink variety, a little bit more dwarf than Echinacea purpurea. And Echinacea is an excellent flower seed choice for winter sowing because it requires cold stratification in order to germinate. And the winter sowing does that for you. It's basically out in the elements, in the cold during winter time, and that's what it needs in order to germinate and grow correctly. So this will be my first time trying to grow a specific variety of Echinacea other than Echinacea purpurea. Actually, I did do White Swan. That one I have done, but Echinacea Powwow, this is my first time doing that one. So I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle the seeds that I have over the top. I'm going to lightly cover them with soil. And the reason that I'm doing that is I looked up in advance that they need light to germinate. So they should only be planted about 1/8 inch into the soil, pressed firmly into the soil. And so that's what I'm going to do. You want to take a look at those seeds, what those seeds look like. They are lovely. With winter sowing, you do not necessarily have to follow the seed spacing guidelines. So what I have done in many of our winter sowing jugs this year is what's called the hunk of seeds method. I have pretty much placed a lot of seeds there, and they will grow all together. We do not need to thin them out. And by the time these guys are done germinating and growing, hopefully it will just be a huge hunk of a plant that I will literally take in here, and all of the roots will be connected, and it will be like one massive, huge, ginormous plant. And then basically you cut that into 9 squares with a hori-hori knife or any other kind of knife that you want to use. And my experience with the hunk of seeds method has been very successful. They've been very, very hardy plants, super tough, takes to transplant really, really well. And I think it's because it's just a bunch of them growing together. They're not necessarily competing when it's winter sowing and then you transplant them into the garden. And so it works really, really well. So that's what I'm doing. So I got my seeds in. Let me show you so you can see. So there you go. There's a good view of what those seeds look like pressed into the soil. And then I'm going to get a little bit of soil and sprinkle that on the top. And then I will label it, close it with duct tape, label the outside of it, water it, and we'll be good to go. So here I'm sprinkling a little bit of soil on the top. I think that's good. Again, you do not want to put too much soil on top because they do need light to germinate. Okay, now I've got my label that I need to make. So I put a label, a plant label in here. This is a garden marker. And I'm writing down Echinacea powwow. And I'm gonna put it into the soil so that it, just in case my writing comes off of this container, then at least when I open it, I will have something inside that tells me what this is. So that's that. And then on the outside of the container, I'm writing Echinacea powwow and the date. So today is January 2nd. And there we go. And then we get to our tape. I bought white duct tape this time just because I thought it would be less of an eyesore to see on our patio, but you can get whatever kind of duct tape you want. I also hear that painter's tape works, and I hear that like the transparent, what is that called? The transparent tape, not Scotch tape, like packing tape will work. Not masking tape either. Packing tape will work. All right, so basically I'm gonna take this and cover this whole side. And rip it. Okay. All right, and then just making sure that the tape covers and seals the entire thing. And there you have it. We just placed this. I'm going to show you guys where we have placed all of my other ones. So these are placed just right on the outskirts of my patio. The reason they are that far into my patio is because they will get the most sun in this location in the wintertime as possible. I guess this is the north side of my house, but it's really far away from my house. Well, it's pretty far away from my house. And so normally in the summertime, this is full sun. Right now, this situation is more of a part sun in the wintertime because of the sun's location in the sky. But I've done winter sowing in this location 2 years in a row, and it's worked out just perfectly. They get sun in the morning, and so that's where they will sit. I have a lot more eventually to do, especially when it's time to do my summer annuals. In late February is when I do them here in North Texas, but that just gives you an idea, and they will stay there. One thing I did not do yet, and I probably should have done this before I put it out, I have to water this guy. So right now the soil is moist and you cannot see like any water on the outside. So I have a misting function on my garden hose. Hang on, where's my arrow? My arrow there says mist. And so basically you just stick it right over the hole and mist. You don't want to use any other methods to water your jugs than misting, because you don't want to dislodge your seeds. So you're going to stick your little mister. If you have a spray bottle that mists, that would work too. But I have a mister, so I'm going to use that. And I just stick the mister inside and mist that. And I'll show you. You do that until you can see that the sides of the jug are wet. What is that gum? So I'm just misting all the way down in there. Hey, no. I'm watering right now. So if you can see, that's what the mist looks like. It's just a very gentle watering. And I think you can already see the side of this jug is looking wet. I'll show it to you when I'm all done. And generally, a lot of people worry about overwatering when they're first planting their winter sowing seeds. But generally speaking, this is an enclosed container, and should be enough drainage. See, I can already see that it's draining out of the bottom, so that's a good sign. There should be enough drainage to where you don't have to worry about overwatering. And remember, these are going to be out in the elements, in the heat. And so I think that's about good. I'm going to turn that off and let me show you what that now looks like. See the difference? That is some wet soil. That's good. That should last me a while. And you can see it draining from the bottom, which is exactly what I want it to do. So there you have it. And go put that back where it was. And one thing that's bothering me is that they're not all facing the same direction. So I'm going to fix that. That's just me. I'm not wanting things to look a little bit neat, but there you go. So that's basically the whole process of doing your winter sowing jugs. If you have any questions, please comment down below. Let me know any concerns that you have, or anything at all. Just let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a fabulous day. Bye-bye, everybody.